Hello dear students. So today we will discuss about our next topic, that is measurement of health related fitness, under which we have discussed about cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, muscular endurance, flexibility, body composition. Before proceeding further, first we will discuss about what is health related fitness all about. Health related fitness is an important component of physical education program. A well designed physical assessment provides students, teachers and parents with a necessary information to design a proper program of fitness for each student. In fact, there are five components of health related fitness. Before learning the procedure, methods of measuring of various components of health related fitness, it should be better to know about these components in brief. So first we will discuss about cardiovascular endurance, cardiorespiratory endurance. It is the ability to exercise the entire body for long period of time. It requires a strong heart, healthy lungs, clear blood vessels to supply the body with oxygen. This is an important component of fitness because it impacts other components of fitness. There are various tests to measure the cardiovascular endurance, such as VO2 max, VO2 max test, endurance run walk 1 mile test, 1 mile Rockport walk test, Harvard step test, 1 kilometer run, 1.6 kilometer run, 12-meter Cooper test, etc. Ability of heart, lungs and blood vessels to deliver oxygen to working muscles, large muscles, rhythmic activities extended over time, running, walking, inline skating and cycling are the examples of cardiorespiratory endurance. Now, next is muscular strength. It is the amount of force a muscle or muscle group can exert. There are various tests to measure muscular strength. For example, partial push-ups, weightlifting with heavy weights with few repetitions, pull-ups, partial curl-ups, modified push-ups are the examples of muscular strength. The maximum amount of force exerted by the muscles or muscle group at once is called muscular strength. Lifting a heavy weight as possible, one repetition. Lifting activities, weighing training, powerlifting, bodybuilding are the examples of muscular strength. Now, next is muscular endurance. It is the ability to use the muscle which are attached to the bones several times even without getting tired. In other words, it can be said that it is the ability of muscles to perform repeated exercise for long duration without fatigue. There are various tests to measure muscular endurance, such as push ups, sit ups, pull ups, running on the treadmill, etc. So, muscular endurance is the ability to exert submaximal force over extended period of time or over many repetitions. Lifting of activities, weight training, pilates are the examples of muscular strength. Now, the next is flexibility. It is the range of motion of joint. Individual with good flexibility have fewer sore and injured muscles. There are various tests for flexibility. For example, sit and reach test, modified sit and reach test, V sit test, toe touch test, floor touch test, back stretch test, modified Thomas test. So these all are the examples of flexibility. And what is flexibility? Flexibility is the range of motion around the joint within the body. Flexibility of the shoulders, example, flexibility of the hip, flexibility activities like stretching, yoga are the examples, good examples of flexibility. Now the next is body composition. It is one of the major component of health related fitness. Body composition is the percentage of lean body mass, that is bone, tendons, muscles, water, ligaments, organs, etc. In comparison to the body fat, body composition can be measured by using an instrument called caliper, a specialized scale, or it can be calculated by using BMI, body mass index, which uses height and weight to determine the BMI. So, body composition is the amount of fat, muscles, and bone present in the body. Body composition, not an activity, but is affected by activity. Cardio activity may reduce fat, increase muscle bone. Examples are of body composition. To measure the health related fitness, the description of various tests are mentioned. These tests are Howard Step Test. Howard Step Test is a cardiovascular fitness test. It is also called aerobic fitness test. It was developed by Bruha and others in 1943. It is used to measure the cardiovascular fitness or aerobic fitness by checking the recovery rate. Equipment required: a gym bench or box of 20 inches high for men and 16 inches high for women, a stopwatch, and Canadian tape. So these all are the equipment required. Now we will talk about the procedure. The athlete stand in front of the bench or box. On the command go, the athlete steps up and down on the bench or box at the rate of 30 steps per minute. I will show you how to perform this test. So this is the position of Howard Step Test, how you will perform this test. You can see stepping up and stepping down. I will show you another picture that will clear the procedure. How will you perform this asana? This is the next picture. You have to step up and step down, step up and step down, up and down. So this is the procedure of performing Howard Step Test. Now I will give you the brief. How will you perform? On the command of go, the athlete step up and down on the bench or box at the rate of 30 steps per minute. For 5 minutes, stopwatch is switched on simultaneously at the start of the stepping. After that, the athlete sit down immediately after completion of test, that is after 5 minutes. The total number of heartbeats are counted between 1 to 1.5 minutes after completion of the last step. The heartbeat are counted for 30 seconds period. Again, the heartbeat are noted for 30 seconds after the finishing of the test. After that, for the third time, the heartbeat are noted after 3 minutes of completion of the test for 30 seconds period. The same foot must start to step up each time, and an erect posture must be assumed for the bench. So this is the procedure. Now we will discuss the calculation. So calculation is 100. The formula to calculate Howard steps test is 100 into 300 divided by 2 into sum of 3 pulse count. So this is the formula to calculate the Howard step test. Now the rating, if it is different for men and women, if the score comes more than 90, it's excellent for men, and more than 86 is excellent for women, and below 55 for men is poor, and below 50 for women is poor. So this is all about Howard step test. Now we will discuss about push-ups. This is the technique of performing push-ups. The purpose is to test to measure the upper body strength and endurance. Equipment required: a floor mat and a paper to record basic information such as age, gender, total number of push-ups performed. Procedure: after proper warming up, ask the subject to take position in a push-up position. Hands and toes should touch the mat or floor. Hand should be shoulder width apart. The upper body and legs should be in a straight line. Elbow should be fully extended, keeping the back and the knees straight. The subject lowers the upper body so that elbow may be bent to 90 degrees, or chest may touch the mat or floor. Then return back to the starting position with the arms extended. This is one repetition. The same action is repeated as the test continues until exhausted, or until the subject can do more in rhythm. Count the total number of push-ups performed. So this is all about push-ups. Now we will discuss about modified push-ups. So this is the technique, this is the action how you will perform modified push-ups. Purpose is same, upper body strength and endurance measurement. Procedure, I will tell you how will you perform this modified push-ups, and these are basically for girls. For women's, after proper warming up, the subject is asked to take starting position for modified push-ups as in push-ups. The starting position is same for push-ups and modified push-ups. In a modified push-ups, position of hands and knees should be touched to the mat or floor. Both the hands should be shoulder width apart and elbows fully extended. The body from the knees to the hip and to the shoulders should be in a straight line. While keeping this position, The subject should lower her upper body so that elbow may be bent to 90 degrees. Then the subject return back to the straight starting position. This is one repetition. The same action is repeated on the test continues until exhaustion or until she can do no more in rhythm. Count the total number of modified push-ups for record. So this is all about modified push-ups. Now we will talk about our next test, that is partial curl up. First we will discuss about the purpose to test the muscular strength and endurance of abdominal muscles. In fact, strong abdominal muscles are significant for maintaining good posture, hip alignment, and in preventing low back pain. Equipment required: a flat, clean, and cushioned surface, recording sheet, and pen. Procedure: first of all, the complete test procedure is explained to the subject. After that, the subject lies in spine position on cushioned surface. The knees should be flexed and feet should be 12 inches from the buttocks. Both the feet should be slightly apart. The arms are extended and are rested on thighs. The head should be in neutral position. This is the starting position. Then the subject curl up with a slow controlled movement until his or her shoulders comes off the cushioned surface or mat 2 inches, then back down again. Once completed, curl up is completed every 3 seconds. They are continued until the subject feels unable to maintain the rhythm. There should not be any pause in the up and down position. It should be continuous process, like as you seen in the video, that the subject is continuing performing this position. This is the starting position and this is the whole performing position. Now, how to score? Record of total number of partial curl ups. Curl up should not be counted if the shoulders are not raised up by 2 inches. This test, now we will discuss about some advantages. This test is simple and quick to perform. It requires minimum equipment. A number of subject students may be tested at same time. So this is all about partial curl ups. Now we will discuss about sit and reach test. Sit and reach test was developed first time by Wells and Dillon in 1952. This test is widely used as a normal test to assess flexibility. Purpose: the sit and reach test is significant test to measure the flexibility of hip region, including the lower back and hamstring muscles. Generally, it is noted that owing to the lack of flexibility in this region, this is a greater risk of injury. It is also entangled with lumbar lordosis or lower back pain. Equipment required: sit and reach box or a marksheet ruler, and a box may be used in the zero mark can be adjusted for each individual according to their sitting reach level because there is a variation of lengths of individual's arm and legs. Now we will discuss the procedure. First of all, shoes and socks should be removed. Then sit down on the floor with legs stretched out straight ahead. Now you can easily see in the video that the subject is barefooted. He will sit in long sitting position. The soles of the feet should be kept flat against the box. Both the knees should be locked and pressed flat on the floor. An assistant may hold the knee down. Palm should be facing downwards. Hand should be on the top of each other or side by side. The individual whose flexibility is to measure tries to extend his both hands forward along the measuring line on the box as far as he can extend. His fingertip of both hands should remain equal and at the same level. He should not jerk or bounce to reach maximum distance. He should hold the full reach position for 2 seconds and the score should be recorded. Generally, in such test, warm-up is not allowed, because if you do warm-up, your flexibility, your stretchability will increase, your muscles will tone, and it will not give you the exact body stretchability. The best result can be attained after suitable warm-up. In case of a sliding ruler or a mark sheet ruler, the 0 mark should be at the fingertip. It is not available or simple marking is there, then 0 mark should be 9 inches before the feet. Now we will talk about the scoring. The score is recorded to the nearest centimeter or half inch based on the distance reached by the fingertip of both hands. Now we will discuss about some advantages. It is a simple test to know the flexibility. It is an easy test to perform. Disadvantages: this test is good for flexibility of joints of lower back and hamstring and not related to flexibility of other joint of the body. So this is all about the sit and reach test, and in this video we have discussed about sit and reach test, Howard step test, sit and reach test, partial curl-ups, this is the starting position of partial curl-up, modified push-ups for girls, and push-ups for boys. Girls can also perform push-ups, but modified push-ups are all only for girls, and push-ups can be performed by both boys and girls. So this is all about the test, health related fitness test. So I hope you will well understand with this video. Thank you and have a nice day.